In the midst of Xiao Yan's comings and goings in Central Plains, the most intense battle ensued, nearly obliterating the entire wind-lightning northern pavilion with just the three-colored angry Buddha lotus flame. Continuing from our previous encounter, Xiao Yan, in an effort to rescue the Han family, arrived at the Qianbei city alongside the Dou Zun of Fire. Confronted by the siege of 3 5-star Dou Zongs, Xiao Yan once again leveraged the power of the Dou Zun of Fire, advancing directly to an 8-star Dou Zong. Little did he expect that the 3 elders on the opposing side would unleash the 9-sky Thunderous defense array. This array was constructed by 23 Dao Huangs and 46 Du Wangs from the Wind-Lightning Northern Pavilion, with the 3 elders from the Wind-Lightning Pavilion serving as the array's focal points. Gazing up at the sky, where the silver-tinged thunderbolts illuminated the heavens, Xiao Yan, after exhaling a breath, condensed an invisible soul vortex cannon, launching it towards the elder at the array's focal point. Faced with this soul attack capable of effortlessly distorting space, the elder dared not show any neglect. Amidst the shifting hand seals, a robust thunderbolt crashed against the soul vortex cannon. With the first assault unsuccessful, Xiao Yan unleashed the 5-ring flame-expelling technique once more. The fiery wolf, formed by the crystal lotus heartfire, surged once again towards the elder. Before the fiery wolf reached them, the high temperature had already caused a slight change in the expressions of the 3 elders. "Is that heavenly flames?" Before the fiery wolf could approach them, it was once again torn apart by the thunder within the lightning clouds. In the brief exchange over the course of roughly 10 minutes, both sides engaged in offense and defense. Yet for a time, victory or defeat seemed impossible to determine. It was then that the voice of the Dou Zun of Fire slowly resonated. "Xiao Yan, don't waste time with them. They have the support of a grand array, allowing them to continuously unleash thunder attacks. My soul power cannot persist within you for too long, so we must resolve this quickly." Hearing this, Xiao Yan lightly touched the flame on his forehead, causing a pale white flame to appear before him. As he waved his hand, the original emerald-green flame split into 2, one cayenne and the other invisible. Finally, with a sudden grasp, amidst the surging energy, the faces of 3 elders gradually paled. 3 types of heavenly flames? How is this possible? Given Xiao Yan's current state, fusing 3 types of heavenly flames was not difficult. Therefore, in a moment, a 3-colored fire lotus slowly appeared in his palm. As the fire lotus took form, the voice of the Dou Zun of Fire also echoed in his mind. "Xiao Yan, throw this lotus flame toward that thundercloud. That's where the array's focal point is. Once it's broken, those 3 old fellows will be severely injured immediately, and even the people outside the array will suffer backlash." Upon hearing this, Xiao Yan's palm moved, and that tricolored lotus flame surged abruptly toward the roiling thunderclouds. Witnessing this, the 3 elders with long eyebrows simultaneously spat out a mouthful of blood, angrily shouting, "9-sky Thunderous defense array, the fury of the thunder god!" Instantly, within the thunderclouds, a colossal thunderous fist, several dozen jang in size, condensed and collided head-on with the tricolored lotus flame. Gradually, the former was eroded by the flame, crumbling into countless silver light spots. The collapse of the thunderous fist caused the 3 individuals to spew fresh blood, their eyes filled with increasing horror. They had not anticipated that even with their combined strength and the assistance of the 9-sky Thunderous defense array, they still couldn't withstand Xiao Yan's terrifying lotus flame attack. With Xiao Yan's original strength, achieving such an effect would have been nearly impossible. However, by borrowing the power of the Dou Zun of Fire, his strength had already reached the level of an 8-star Dou Zong. After all, the angry Buddha lotus flame was a type of growth-oriented combat skill. As long as Xiao Yan's strength continued to improve, its power would become increasingly formidable. At this moment, instead of dissipating, the lotus flame surged directly towards the thunderclouds in the sky. Seeing this, the elder with long eyebrows immediately shouted in alarm, "Tian Gang Hall, withdraw the formation!" Before the powerful individuals from the wind-lightning northern pavilion could react, the thunderclouds violently dispersed. The sound of spitting blood continuously echoed around the northern part of the city. After all, these thunderclouds were formed by their fighting spirit, so their destruction naturally affected them. The onlookers within the city of Tianbei were shocked and began whispering to each other. Even the three elders of the wind-lightning northern pavilion struggled to contain him. Xiao Yan was truly terrifying. Among the younger generation, there were probably few who could rival him. It was said that the wind-lightning pavilion had a Miss Feng, whose talent in cultivation was astonishing and outstanding. She was a candidate for the next leader of the Eastern Pavilion. They wondered if she would be able to confront Xiao Yan. At this moment, the aura of the three wind-lightning elders in the sky also weakened. The forced dispersal of the thunderclouds had caused them significant harm. After a brief moment, the elder with long eyebrows finally gritted his teeth and said, "Retreat! Since you forced me out and made me exhaust myself in battle, I certainly won't leave empty-handed." Immediately, a mighty force of spiritual energy pressed fiercely upon the bodies of the three who were already weakened. Suffering from such a heavy blow, the three elders spat out blood, and before they were repelled, the storage rings on their fingers automatically slipped off, enveloped by the force of the soul, flying towards Xiao Yan. Seeing the storage rings being seized, the three elders had no intention of retrieving them. Watching the three swiftly fleeing, Xiao Yan did not pursue them because while he could defeat the three, simultaneously killing them would require a considerable and brutal price. At this moment, Xiao Yan's gaze slowly turned towards Hong Tianxiao, who was currently entangled with the Earth Demon puppet. He harbored strong animosity towards this person because it was this man who spread the news of Shen Yun's death at his hands. Today, perhaps he couldn't kill the three wind-lightning elders, but for Hong Tianxiao, it was a different story. At this moment, Hong Tianxiao also sensed the defeat and conflict of the three, and his face became extremely unpleasant. "Those three old bastards,"